Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode. Today we will be making all of the landing strips and parking areas and all of the runways and stuff that make an airport work, because right now we have absolutely nowhere for a plane to even land or take off. Now, I have zero knowledge on how a runway actually works and what all of those strange markings mean, so I had to do some research and kind of look up some things so I know what to build. This was basically my guide to figure out how to build a runway. I have never built a runway before. I've been on a plane, but I didn't really pay attention to the runway. So this is breaking it down real nice and simple. So we have taxiways, and then we have runways, and then we also need to build a fire station and fuel storage and a bunch of other things. So let's get right to it. So I started out laying out the taxiways near Terminal A, and then from there I'm able to branch out and start laying out the first runway of, I think there's going to be 4 total. But now that we have the runway laid out, let's go over what all of these weird markings on the runway mean. So basically the ends of the runways are the most complicated. Where the taxiways come onto the runway, you have the number, and basically can be any number. I came up with some random numbers. And then you have the runway threshold, which is some bars, and then there's a line, and then you also have the stopway, which is a bunch of yellow arrows. Moving down a little bit, these big thick white lines are very important. Those are called the aim point or the target point. That is the spot where the pilot is targeting to land, and they need to be a big bold white line visible from very far away. And then the runway just goes on for a very long time, and at the other end it is mirrored and pretty much copied. Now it's just time to actually build it. After I finish connecting up these taxiways, I am able to build those markings that we just talked about, and I am able to place them in exactly where they're supposed to be now that I know what they all mean. And then after that's done, I'm able to just go to the other end of the runway and just copy and paste what I did earlier. And I actually crashed my computer twice trying to place all this sand underneath, so I did lose some of the footage due to my computer crashing twice. Note to self, do not fill 2.2 million blocks of sand and try and record at the same time. It doesn't end well. Anyway, after I'm done with runway number 14, I'm able to just copy and paste it over there 2 more times, and I'm going to change the number to 8L and 8R. And that is going to be the 2 main runways for the entire airport, and they are also going to be the longest. The last runway I want to lay out is runway number 17. This one is a smaller, shorter runway meant for smaller aircraft like private jets and smaller planes. It has all the same markings as the big ones, just at a smaller scale and not nearly as big, so it was a lot quicker to build this one. And then after I'm done with this runway, it's just a matter of connecting up all of the taxiways together. The next thing I wanted to build was something called the Apron, and this is basically a plane parking lot. Basically, if all of the gates are full and the plane needed to stand by for a few minutes, this is where they would park. And it didn't take very long to make, as I just had a lot of copy and pasting. Now these runways appear to be done, but at night they completely transform with lighting. So now I need to go back and redo all the lines with torches. This part was super fun and super satisfying to do, as all I had to do was follow the existing lines that I already made with a bunch of torches. I used a variety of lighting sources for all of these lights. So the super bright areas are supposed to be the target areas, so those I want it to glow the brightest and be the most visible. Everything else I lit with redstone torches and glow lichen. So using the Greenfield resource pack, glow lichen is actually a small little like pebble looking light, and that was perfect for the center line. And then I used redstone torches to mark anything in red. In real life, taxiways are lit with blue lights, but since we don't have blue lights in Minecraft, I had to use redstone torches. Another thing I couldn't do is in real life, these lights surrounding the apron are those ginormous like industrial lights that are super bright and throw light really far. However, Minecraft doesn't have very bright lighting sources, so I just had to do with very dim looking ones. And just like that, I finished all of the lighting on the runway. I think this looks really good. The final thing that these runways need is some texturing, and I wanted to put a bunch of tire skid marks from all of the planes landing in the same spot. It's these small details that make the big build feel way more realistic. Super quick, I wanted to build a fire station. This is going to be the only structure on the inside near the runway. A fire station is needed just in case any of the planes explode, and right next to the fire station is fuel storage, so there needs to be a fire station nearby in case that goes up in flames as well. I then built some smaller roads for service vehicles to access the fire station and fuel area and the helipads, and then I just proceeded to build an entire network of these smaller service roads going pretty much everywhere. The very last thing I did was copy and paste some planes everywhere, and then I wanted to build a plane at a diagonal that looked like it was landing. And I thought this looked really cool, and just like that, the entire runways are done. I spent 12.5 hours on camera, 4 hours off camera, 9 hours rendering, 6 hours editing for a total of 31.5 hours. That's almost a full work week. If you enjoyed, drop a big fat like and hit that subscribe button. The next video is going to be the last episode of the airport. I'm finally excited to be wrapping up this project. As always, I will see you next time. Bye.